Who would?
Me, Nancy.
Nancy would cry when you'd feed her? Why? Did you beat her when you did it?
Part of the time I was breastfeeding you.
Uh-huh.
And then we had, of course, we had cows, so I made cow milk.
Right.
You know, for her.
Now, was it different back then? Because, I mean, now you use that, where you powder and make milk for the babies. Was cow milk a lot better?
We used canned milk.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, after I went home, of course, I was in the hospital for 10 days to 2 weeks.
Right.
And then I finally went to the doctor and I said, give me a recipe for canned milk. Because that back then, of course, Dave I'd raised on it already.
Right.
He gave me that, and I went home and mixed it up and gave her a bottle of it, and she went to sleep. Slept just as big as you please.
Now, how do you make canned milk, honey?
You take a can of milk and 2 cans of water. That's what you take for a baby.
Okay, don't move. I gotta fix this. It fell out. There you go, Grandma.
And
I gotta tilt this up just a little. Hold on. Okay, let's put it back in your nose. There you go. Can you breathe better? Okay.
I never had any trouble with her after that.
Turn to your left.
Mother.
So canned milk. Well, that's just strange.
Pet and Carnation were the 2
Right.
main ones.
When I brought Bonnie home, they gave me infant milk in the bottles, and I said, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
So I went to the doctor and asked him for a prescription for pet milk, and I did the same thing. You mix a can of milk with 2 cans of water.
But to mix.
So what else you got old-fashioned remedies, Grandma?
No.
What else did you do back then?
There's lots of little things like that.
Well, give me a couple ideas.
No,
I'm gonna have grandkids soon.
I don't know, but I need a Kleenex.
You need a Kleenex? Hold on just a second. So
Why,
what?
are you going to get you some grandchildren?
Hopefully in a couple years. Not right now.
Right now.
No, Nick's too scared to ask Sarah to marry him. He might be scared of me. I'm not sure. But what's a couple good ideas on how to feed the little rugrats?
Well, I don't know.
Well, how'd you feed your little rugrats?
I don't know. I know that's the way I fed them that milk.
You probably fed us all.
And then as soon as they was able to set up, you started feeding them mashed potatoes
Mm-hmm.
or some little thing like that.
Not the doctors say don't give them solid food for a year.
Because
Well,
Bonnie
we
did
didn't-
that with Shayna. Gave her mashed
We
potatoes.
didn't pay no attention to that.
Yeah, some of the doctors don't have kids, so they don't know.
Well, back then they didn't do those things.
Right.
And,
How did your
hold on just a second.
What did your parents used to feed you kids when you were little? Just off the table right away, or
well, not.
how long did you nurse?
Oh, there wasn't no. I don't know.
Oh well, I didn't know.
You were there.
I don't know. There was. You didn't like that milk, or when you couldn't, couldn't. I just dried up and let
No,
you
I'm
go.
talking about when you were raised. How long did Grandma feed her, nurse her kids, or did she start feeding them off the table as soon as they could swallow good, or what? Your mother. Oh, well, that's what I mean.
I don't know for sure, but
Well,
knowing my dad, I'm sure he wouldn't go out and buy milk when there was milk around
well,
there.
I'm sure he would.
And Mylan, they didn't start feeding them till they was 2 or 3 months old anyway. And,
Yeah, but nowadays they don't want them to have anything solid for about a year.
oh, I know they do.
That's what I think is crazy.
Well, I must be getting a shot or something. It seems to swelling up.
It's taking your blood pressure, Grandma.
How can they take their blood pressure when they're out there and I'm in here?
Because it's there and it'll register up here.
Machine behind you,
And they
Grandma.
probably should change it to the other arm, because that's the arm you had.
Let's hope that it don't do it very much, because that's my arm that hurts.
Yeah, I know.
So what else you got recommended for grandkids, Grandma? When I have a grandchild, what do you think about? What's some good recommendations? You've got a few.
I'd say it's their job, not mine.
See, that's the bonus. I can always feed them candy and send them home.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Grandma?
I don't like this.
Okay.
You can grab the pillow.
There goes that other again.
It's because you moved, Grandma.
I suppose.
So give me some more recommendations, Grandma.
I don't know what they.
Should we beat them
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a club, you didn't.
with a
use-
club? I did. I got beat with a club left and right, Grandma.
She beat me.
My
Then you
my
grew.
mother made us go out and get our own switch or whatever bird it would be to get a licking when we done something we weren't supposed to.
Now, was that helpful? You learned?
I suppose. I don't remember ever doing it for me, but the one thing I remember about is my brother, well, he was 2 years younger than I was, and I don't know how old he was when this happened, but anyhow, he was going to get a
Just want to see
spanking,
how your doctor's
and
appointment
she
went
took,
today, so
he went
let me
out
know.
and came back with a great big, do you know what they used to hook horses up with?
Mm-hmm.
The back there in the back, the big things about this long.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's what he brought her back to give him like.
Oh,
And of course, she got so darn tickled. I don't know that she ever did. But here again, for me, one time I remember she was washing, and she gave me one bunch of clothes to wash. Happened to be just, I think, towels and dish towels. But anyway, what was I going to tell you about?
Is that the time?
Oh, that's the time that she wasn't know how I was doing, or I was telling me I wasn't doing it right or something. Anyhow, I said to her, "Well, if you don't like the way I'm doing it, you can do it yourself." So imagine I got a good spanking or slapping or something.
you think?
I don't remember. I don't really remember, but I think knowing Mom.
Was your mother the disciplinarian or your dad? Mom. Well, that's the way it always was in our family. Dad left the disciplinarian to you so you could be the bad guy.
Yeah.
You got spanked by Grandma?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah, she used to have this little laugh. You know what I'm talking about when I say a laugh?
Lath is a piece of wood to me.
A little piece of wood that people used to put around their windows to
Mhm.
keep the plastic in.
Yes.
That was your little thing
You know, I never remember getting spanked.
You
by
didn't use a
Grandma.
wooden spoon like normal people, Grandma?
No. She saved her wooden spoon for cooking. Didn't she?
I never remember being spanked by Grandma. Ever.
Now, did Nancy get
You want
spanked a lot?
potato to chew up? Now chew the potato up. Can you chew it up?
I almost killed her twice.
Did she deserve it?
No, not really. I thought she did at the time.
Right. What'd she do? I got to know. Sit down, Mom. I want to hear this.
What we were doing, washing, and the one thing was washing her hair.
Mm-hmm.
She did not want her hair washed, and she screamed and she pulled and run, and I had to chase her to get her up there, and I really gave her a good spanking. Now, I don't know whether I had a wooden thing or what, but anyhow, I said I have killed her, and I think that's the one I said never again, and I never did spank her after that. Well, I might have, spanked her a little bit on the bottom, but
Right.
she never got a good whipping after that.
But she deserved that one, didn't she?
Well, to a certain extent, yeah, but I probably was too rough with it.
Did she argue about washing her hair anymore?
Like this with me.
Probably never again, did she?
I never tried to do it.
Oh, okay.
Never tried that.
See,
Never.
Grandma, I don't remember you ever spanking me.
I remember giving you a spanking with a switch one time.
You spanked Bonnie with a switch one time?
That left marks on your legs. If you wasn't
Dad did that. You didn't do that. Dad did that. You were at work. I was at work. He switched her because she didn't put her shoes on when they were out jumping the road with Kelly. And he's the one that switched her till she left a big mark on her leg.
Yeah, you never switched me,
Chew up a potato.
I gotta say that.
Gotta
Okay.
say that word. Okay.